Previously on our First Samuel series. In the sacred halls of the tabernacle, where the presence of God once dwelled, corruption has taken root. The priests, Hophni and Phinehas, had defiled the Lord's offerings and led Israel into sin, while their father Eli watched in weary silence. But the voice of God couldn't be ignored. A prophet brought a chilling warning. A young boy, Samuel, heard the call of destiny. Then, the fall of a priestly house and a nation at the brink of judgment. The Israelites had been defeated. The Philistines had struck them down, killing thousands. And in their desperation, the Israelites had taken the Ark of the Covenant into battle. Now the Philistines had captured the Ark of God, and they carried it from Ebenezer to Ashdod. The Philistines took the Ark of God and brought it into the house of Dagon, believing that their God had triumphed over the God of Israel.
Let the Ark of Israel's God rest beside the mighty Dagon, for he has given us victory.
Early the next day in the temple of Dagon, the doors creaked open. Dagon had fallen on his face to the ground before the ark of the Lord.
Dagon has fallen. How can this be?
This is not natural. We need to get some men to put him back.
The next morning, when they rose early and entered the temple, Dagon had fallen again. This time, his head and both hands were broken off and lying at the threshold. Only his torso remained. Then the hand of the Lord was heavy on the people of Ashdod. He struck them with a plague, afflicting them with tumors, and the city was in great distress. Seeing their suffering, the men of Ashdod cried out,
"This is the hand of Israel's God upon us. We must not keep the ark here. Send it away. Let it be taken to Gath."
But after they had taken it to Gath, the hand of the Lord was against the city also, causing a very great panic and afflicting the people, both young and old, with tumors that broke out on them.
No, the ark must not remain here. Send it away to Ekron.
Have you brought this here to destroy us too? Send it back to Israel at once.
The ark of the Lord had been in the land of the Philistines for 7 months. Then the Philistines called for the priests and the diviners.
We cannot keep the ark, but we must return it properly with an offering, lest we offend Israel's God further. What shall we do with the ark of the Lord? Tell us how we should send it back to its place.
If you send away the Ark of the God of Israel, do not send it empty, but return it to him with a guilt offering. Then you will be healed, and it will be known to you why his hand has not been removed from you. 5 golden tumors and 5 golden rats, corresponding to the number of the Philistine rulers, for the same plague was on all of you and on your rulers. So you must make likenesses of your tumors and of the rats that ravage the land, and you shall give glory to the God of Israel. Perhaps he will lighten his hand from upon you, your gods, and your land. Why then do you harden your hearts, as the Egyptians and Pharaoh hardened their hearts? When he had severely dealt with them, did they not let the people go? And they departed. Now then, prepare a new cart and take 2 milk cows that have never been yoked, and hitch the cows to the cart, but take their calves home, away from them. Then take the ark of the Lord and place it on the cart, and put the articles of gold which you are returning to him as a guilt offering in a chest beside it. Then send it away, and let it go. Watch. If it goes up by the way of its own territory to Beth Shemesh, then he has done this great evil to us. But if not, then we shall know that it was not his hand that struck us. It happened to us by chance.
And so the men did as they were told. Then the cows went straight up the road to Beth Shemesh. They went along the highway, lowing as they went, and did not turn aside to the right or to the left. The Philistine rulers followed them to the border of Beth Shemesh. The cart came into the field of Joshua of Beth Shemesh and stopped there. A great stone was in the field, and the Levites took down the ark of the Lord and the chest containing the golden articles and placed them on the great stone. The men of Beth Shemesh offered burnt offerings and made sacrifices that day to the Lord. The 5 Philistine rulers watched from a distance, and when they had seen all that had happened, they returned to Ekron that same day. Some, in their curiosity, dared to look inside the ark, and for their lack of reverence, the Lord struck down 50,170. The fear of God gripped the men of Beth Shemesh, and they cried out. The Ark of the Covenant, though captured by men, was never out of God's control. He revealed his power over idols, humbled proud nations, and reminded his people that he is holy, not to be taken for granted. From Philistine cities to Israel's fields, his presence commanded reverence. The Ark returned, not by war or force, but by divine authority, and all who saw it knew, the God of Israel lives.